You have to say action.
Action.
Hello, Patty Waddy. Lights just went a little darker. Okay, so you wanted to see what I do with my wood turning and how it works. So I'm going to show you a little demo today with help of my assistant, my workshop assistant, Stevie Weevy.
Hello.
Okay, so this is a lathe. So basically what happens is this is the headstock, this whole big piece here. Okay, pull back. And this is the tailstock, and it weighs about 500 pounds overall. So basically I put some stuff on the headstock that will hold the wood, and it spins. And this is the tool rest, and these are my tools. And so this one, it starts out to kind of whittle it down to smooth, to an even thing. So as it's spinning, I put the tool on here, and it'll go. And I can use different tools for different things. So I'm going to do a bowl today. Stay tuned. All right, so this is a piece of California pecan. It cost me $35. I wrote that on there so I could remember what it was, in case I ever decided to sell the bowl afterwards, because typically what I would do is do at least double the price of the actual materials. So this bowl would be 70 bucks, which I don't know if anybody would pay that much. So maybe it'll just be a gift. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna drill a big hole in here, and then, if I can hit it, this is called a worm screw. So I'm gonna drill a hole that's just big enough that the threads on the worm screw will catch. And I'll screw this into here, and then there is a chuck that goes on the headstock that will hold this worm screw. So this will go in here, hold on to there. This will go on from the worm screw. We'll screw it on there, and it'll spin this way. And so what I'll do is I can move my tool rest around so that it actually, I can do it like this. So that way I can work on it from this way to the bottom of the bowl. And I can also move it this way to work on the side and curve it out, or anything in between, really. I'll do it like that as I do the curve of the bowl, and we'll do the outside and bottom of the bowl first. And then once that's done, I'll flip it around and we'll carve out all the inside. So I'll show you that too, okay? So I will come back after the hole has been drilled and it's ready to mount. And then I'll start showing you how I carve. Yay. Okay, so basically what I did, this is my chuck, and it's got different attachments depending on what you want to do. But basically the worm screw is in the center of that, tightened into the chuck, and then the chuck is on the headstock, and then the screw came out, and I took the wood and put it on the screw and got it on there. So I had to lock this to keep this from moving so I could tighten this, because it's very tight on the screw, but that's exactly what we need to make it work. So if you look at the number here, it's at 0. As soon as it starts spinning, it'll go to revolutions per minute. Okay, so that's how I can see the RPM, how fast it's going. And there's a button down, a knob down here that I can control the speed. So I pull it on and it'll spin, and I can do as slow or as fast as I want to get it going for carving. Okay. So now what's going to happen, this is a rough cut on the bandsaw, like I said. And so we're going to take this, the tool rest, and I'm going to straighten it out. And we're going to bring it right here. And I got to make sure that it won't hit the tool rest, but I want it to be as close as it can be for carving. See, I can tell, you can't see it from where you are, but it's not an even circle, because there's more of a gap here on some parts than others. Okay, but that's okay. So we're going to lock this in. Okay, oops. And we want it to be at about center, well, the tool to be about center of the piece that you're working with. So really all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take one of my tools, and this one, like I said, just evens it out. So we'll take some wood off of here as it's spinning, just to get it even, so it's at a perfect circle when we're done. Okay, so we'll be right back. Okay, so I have my nice, what do you call it?
Face mask.
Face mask. And this keeps anything that's shooting up. Usually it's just little slivers of wood, shavings that'll come out. But this way, if any big chunks come out, it protects me better. And then depending on the type of wood, sometimes I will use my dust mask as well. But on this part, the shavings are big, so the dust mask is not as important as when I'm sanding or something like that. So probably better to do it all the time, but you know. Okay, so I've got this tool. I'm just gonna put it on the rest, and I'll bring it back and forth to shave it down. So I'm increasing the RPMs a little, because the faster it'll go, the easier it is to cut. I have different tools sometimes, so some, depending on what I'm doing, some work easier than others. So I'll do that until it's smooth and even, and then we're going to work on curving it to the bottom. So we'll be back when it's smooth. Okay, so I'm going to do just a little bit more to show you what this looks like as it's going, but it's getting pretty good here on smoothness. And then we're going to start curving around to the bottom of the bowl. So I'll show you that. Okay, so now,
Can I show her how smooth it is?
yeah. So now, pretty smooth there. Where it hits the cross grain, it's getting a little choppy, but that'll happen. And we'll smooth it out as we go. So now I'm going to turn this base over and we're going to start curving down to the bottom. Okay.
You see how much he's already done?
Yeah.
It's a lot of wood chips. That's why he has to wear the face mask.
Yes.
See,
Okay.
it's already all over him.
All right, so we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I've moved the tool rest to the bottom of the bowl. This is the bottom. It's going to curve in this way, and then we're going to clean out the inside of the bowl, or the top, after. We'll flip it around. So the next thing I need to do is I'm going to make a little indentation in here of the center, so there's a circle that's kind of inset. And that is actually, when we flip it around, what the chuck is going to grab onto so that it'll hold it so we can carve out the inside. Okay, so that is next. So I'll probably make that a little bigger because I don't think that's quite big enough for what I want to do. But the jaws will clamp on the inside and hold it in place. And then I'm actually going to make it where it's a little kind of stick out, and then we'll come up and carve it out from there. Okay, so I'll show you when that's ready. Okay, so I carved the middle here, and so the jaws are going to clamp on there when we flip it around to do the inside. And so now I just did a little bit here because I'm going to have a little bottom to the bowl, so it's kind of going to go up and then out like that. So this is going to be the actual base. So now we are going to carve it out so there's a swoop kind of rounded off for the shape that we want to do the bowl in, which I really don't know what it's going to look like. I'm just going to play with it and see what comes out of it, and then I just have to match the outside shape when I do the inside. So we'll see. Here we go. Okay, so I used mostly a couple of my tools that I like the most, and I curved this around. What I want to make with this is a fruit bowl. So I want it to be big, wide kind of, and enough there. So I didn't take a whole lot off, but I curved it around and smoothed it out with one of my tools, and I've got this circle that's going to hold it when we flip it around to do the inside, hopefully. So before I actually take it off, the way that they teach you to do it is I'm going to sand this all down first. So the bottom is going to be all sanded and finished and ready to go. So when I flip it back over and do the inside, then I'll sand the inside and get all that done, and it'll be good, and I won't have to do anything else besides the finish. So I'm going to sand it. If you look here, this is one of the guys from our group did this at his shop, and I thought it was really clever. So this is the different grits of sandpaper, and so I have them all clipped in there, and so I go through all of these 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 different grits from 60 all the way to 600 to make it unbelievably smooth and nice. So what I'll do is vacuum up all of this crap and move this out of the way, and I'll sand to get it all set to go. And then when it's done sanding, I'll show you it, and then we'll flip it around and work on the inside.